it's been about 140, 150 days since I started the intermittent fasting, ketovore, carnivore regime again. This is the second or third time I have tried it, and it has become easier. And with my intermittent fasts, when I have been on days off, I've actually managed to do a 24-hour fast, 26, 36 and 44-hour fasts without a problem over the last few months. I have gradually built my stamina up to that. Through my general medical health, I have been diagnosed in the past with non-alcoholic fatty liver. I do have a pre-existing condition called pseudomyxoma peritoni, an incurable cancer. I also felt that I was pre-diabetic. My doctor was often suggesting to me to do the 24-hour sugar fast test for diabetes, but he never actually said, let's just change your diet and eliminate the concept of diabetes in your life anyway. I suspected I was pre-diabetic because I was getting the skin tags and I had the brown circles under my eyes. So I am hoping that I have reduced my non-alcoholic fatty liver. My sugars, when I was testing them before I came on the cruise, were fairly consistent between 4.8 and 5.2, both with fasting and after eating. I did find that I could get into ketosis, but I couldn't stay in ketosis for more than a week or so, and they were easier once I had done those 24, 44-hour fasts. Once I got into ketosis, it did take me about a week or 8 days to go completely out of ketosis, even with the intermittent fasting and smaller eating windows. The other benefit of the elimination diet has been that I've had a real reduction in the amount of pain relief that I've required in relation to my general arthritic conditions. But I have found some absolutely magical benefits of the intermittent fasting and the carnivore. And primarily, it has been a great time saver. I don't have to cook much. I don't have to do much food preparation. I don't have to do much shopping. I'm not snacking. I don't have to have breakfast, so I can just get up, have a shower and go out. And when I am cooking, and it's just cooking meat, it doesn't take long to cook, eat and clean up. A second benefit that I have found to being carnivore and intermittent fasting is my teeth. I don't have that furry feeling on my teeth. I did go for a checkup and I did ask the dentist how he thought my teeth were going, and he wasn't overly impressed. But from my perspective, when I rub my tongue around my teeth feel a lot cleaner and smoother, and I don't believe that I have bedroom breath, morning breath anymore. So that's one of the things, because I've clearly reduced the amount of sugars that I eat, so I'm not fermenting in my mouth. So I believe that my teeth or my oral health has improved since being on this elimination carnivore diet. A third benefit that I have noticed with being on a carnivore diet is the reduction in the amount of waste that I generate. I used to take the rubbish out every second day, and now I barely take out the rubbish once a week. I have very few food scraps. I have some packaging from my meat, and so that I don't attract any flies into my rubbish, what I do with my packaging is once I've used it, I will put it back onto a shelf in the fridge, and then when it is time to take out the rubbish, I will empty the fridge of the packets of meat product and put it into the rubbish to take out with the garbage. And in reality, I don't have much left over, because anything that you don't eat, you just put it in the fridge, snack on later, or eat the next day. Now, the fourth area that I've found that has been an improvement since I've been on this elimination carnivore diet is actually saving money. Even though I didn't think I would because of the price of the cuts of meat, but because you are only buying what you are going to consume, and you can buy it in bulk and put it into smaller packages, It just is saving me money. It is saving me money by not going to the shops and putting other things into my grocery shop. All I do is I go and I buy the meat, the eggs and the butter. That's all I buy. So I don't have a huge shopping list. And because you are only eating to feel full, once you feel full, you stop eating, and what you have left over, you put in the fridge to eat later. It has actually been surprising to me how much money I've actually saved. My shops used to be about $400 a fortnight, about $200 a week, and I have cut that down easily to about $180 or $220 for the fortnight. So I have at least halved my general shopping. The fifth thing that I think has been a benefit to the carnivore or elimination diet is I have reduced the amount of medication I have been taking for my arthritis. I do feel that there's an element of decreased inflammation in my back, my hips, my knees, a little in my carpal tunnels, but I still think I need that having an operation. But I believe just in general, my body feels a little more comfortable, and I rate it about a 6 out of 10, where it normally would have been about an 8 out of 10 pain. So even getting out of bed each morning, I don't seem to struggle as much as I did about 4 or 5 months ago when I was really in an inflammatory way, having an inflammatory response. The sixth thing potentially could be my improved sleep. It could be that because I've lost a little bit of body mass, maybe I've lost a little bit of visceral fat or a little bit of adipose tissue, that I am not snoring or cutting off my air supply during my sleep, that I'm actually getting a better rejuvenated sleep. Or potentially because I am not having those highs and lows, peaks and troughs of the insulin, glucose and insulin response. I don't know, but I suspect that my sleep has improved. I do still struggle-ish to wake up, but once I do, I seem to bounce up, bound out of bed-ish of a morning. So that I think has been a great response to the elimination carnivore diet. Everybody says that they get an improvement in their brain functioning and less of the brain fog. I think I can say that. I do suspect that I may be coming up to 58 years of age, was starting to develop some pre-Alzheimer's type thing, going into a room and forgetting what I went in for, or knowing that there is a word there but I just can't grasp it. That doesn't happen as much, but I still suspect that I do have some moments where I am halfway through a sentence and I go, there's a word that I need to put in here and I just can't find it. So that probably has decreased, but unfortunately I still think I do suffer occasionally of finding the correct word. Number 8 for the elimination carnivore diet. I do have arthritis and I am waiting for a left knee replacement within Australian public health system in Queensland. But I needed to reach a certain BMI or I would not be eligible for the surgery. So part of this elimination carnivore is to lose weight. So I know that I've lost some visceral fat. I'm hoping that I've lost the fat around the liver. Hopefully I don't have the splenomegaly anymore. The adipose tissue has changed because my entire body shape has changed with a combination of reduced calorific intake, which is what happens when you do use intermittent fasting. And so you just cannot eat large amounts in a short window, and the nutrient dense food that you are eating, that your body doesn't crave to eat more. So there is an element of weight loss that I have experienced, and I will need to go down clothing size. but I always wear a loose-fitting clothing anyway, so that's not going to be an issue for me. But there's been an element of weight loss that has been beneficial, and potentially because of the reduced weight, there's less pressure on the knee. Because of the reduced inflammation, there is a less of the inflammatory response in the knee. The knee doesn't feel quite as bad as it was. So the last time I had a conversation with the surgeon, we negotiated that we would wait another 3 to 4 months. We will reassess again. And if I do not need to have the joint replacement at that time, because I am surviving with the pain level, which is about 3, 4, 5, 6 at its worst on a bad day, that I can postpone it, because only being 58, I don't want to have a joint replacement too soon, wear that joint out and then need a revision in 10 to 15 years time, where the increase of risk of infection and bone deterioration, etc. So weight loss has been a benefit from this intermittent carnivore elimination diet. The ninth thing that I potentially could say has been a benefit from the elimination diet, the carnivore diet, has been mood swings. But that could be in relation to not having as much sugar, not having as much alcohol, getting better sleep so I'm not cantankerous and tired all the time. It could be several different reasons. I have had my reproductive organs removed about 5+ years ago because of the pseudomyxoma cancer and ovarian cancer stuff. So I've never been offered a hormone replacement, so my estrogen is probably pretty screwed, and that's probably why I've got ligament damage and blah blah blah. So because of the cortisol, the lack of estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, whatever owns normally would be within the reproductive organs to be giving me reasonable enough hormones, I do think my mood swings are more plateaued, less less volatile potentially with my straighter thinking, and I'm controlling myself a little bit better. So even when I'm in an angry situation, I can actually step back, gather my thoughts a little better, and be more constructive in an argument than I would have if I was just with a hormonal flux and responding just within a mood element. Potentially it's been a benefit from the elimination and carnivore diet. 10. Maybe there has been an additional connection between mind and body. Maybe I am starting to connect to my body and listening to its signals and trying to understand what it is telling me, and trying through this elimination to be as calm and helpful to my body, rather than just punishing it with eating too much, not exercising, drinking alcohol, not sleeping or not going to bed at regular times. Maybe I am connecting to my body and I am listening to what it is telling me, especially in relation to the consumption of food, seeing when the taste of the food is different, so then that's a sign to me, apparently, that you've had enough to eat, and so stop eating. There's satiety signals. If the ghrelin that I'm hungry, I will eat. I will try and postpone eating if I can. Once I start getting those grumbles, I will try not to eat for another hour and a half. I have tried to not eat within 2 hours of waking up. Normally it's within about 6 hours of waking up. And then I try not to eat after 6 o'clock in the evening or before the sun goes down. So I try to keep my eating window between 11 a.m. and 5 or 6 p.m. Trying to listen to my body and what it is telling me. Now, the 11th thing that I have noticed since I have been carnivore and elimination, it's going to be that really uncomfortable thing about poop. I don't poop as often. That's a good thing because then I'm saving toilet paper. But then I just had to get used to what my body was doing, and instead of eliminating once a day or twice a day, I am now eliminating maybe every fourth day, but not panicking. It doesn't feel like I've got a bowel obstruction because I've had recurrent bowel obstructions over the last 6 to 7 years, so I know what they feel like. Poop, unpleasant subject. If you don't poop, you die. And my poop comes and says hi maybe every 3 to 4 days. Let's not stress about it. And maybe the last thing, point number 12, is my kitchen would have to be the cleanest kitchen in the town because I don't use it very often. I will only use it at most twice a day if I am on a day off. If I am not on a day off and I'm at work, I'll only use it once a day. So it is clean when I go to use it. I will cook and clean, and then it's clean when I go to work. It's clean when I come home until I use it again. If I'm on a day off and I am cooking twice in a day, I will cook. I won't necessarily clean until the second cook. Once that second cook is over, I will clean everything all at once, and then it is all clean, ready for the next day. I have a really clean kitchen. So that is about 12 things that I have noticed that have been changes in my life since I've started carnivoring, ketovoring, time-restricted intermittent fasting, elimination diet. Call it what you want. I have changed the way that I have my relationship with food. I have changed my relationship with food. I've definitely changed my relationship with alcohol. I've definitely changed my relationship with sugar. I have cast sugar aside. So I've only started, I think, on the 28th of March 2023. So as I say, I'm only on to about 148, 150 days, something of that nature. Some days are better than others. Some days are really good 44-hour fasts. Other days I could, if I'm busy and with other people and I don't want to make a fuss or make a scene about not eating or what I can eat, or because it's my choice, eating a carb isn't going to kill me. I'm not going to burst into flames, so I'm not going to make a fuss. So some days are better than others, and because we are very social animals, and when we are socially together, we do eat, cheese and cake and sweets and biscuits, and part of our celebrations is always those type of sweet treats. So they are another part of my life that I've had to be very conscious about and how much I participate. This has just really been a brain dump of thoughts and ideas. So if you're on this kind of journey, good luck to you. If you're not, good luck to you. If you're a cruiser, good luck to you. If you're not a cruiser, good luck to you. This is Jules Cruise Companion saying, I wonder what's going to happen in the next 150 days, especially because I'm going to have a period of being in Jordan for a month, and then that'll get me over to the Christmas time, and that is always going to be a tricky time because it's a celebratory group function thing within our society. I do have a birthday coming up next month, and I will be having a family get together, so I will be going out to a restaurant for that meal. I just have to keep planning and being cognizant of how I'm going to respond in each situation. Once again, Jules Cruise Companion. Stay safe, everybody, and happy travels, happy eating.